Neste momento, pedimos que todas as pessoas presentes se coloquem em posição de respeito para a execução do hino nacional da Turquia. Vamos agora para a execução do hino nacional da Alemanha.
Hello everybody, welcome for the final time to the Paralimpico Sports Hall here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It is the gold medal game, 8 days of fierce competition between 12 proud nations, and we are down to the final two in an all-European clash as Germany take on Turkiye to determine a new under-23 world champion. For Germany, a chance for a second medal. Well, there will be a second medal for them, and a chance for a second gold. The first European nation to be a two-time world champion. For Turkiye, they've got 2 medals to their name, all silvers. They would love it to be gold here in Brazil. Hello everybody, once again John Hobbs and Jerry Smith on hand for the biggest game in these World Championships. 8 days of competition, Jerry. It comes down to these two nations and the stakes could not be higher.
Absolutely, John. Good afternoon from Sao Paulo, everybody. Yeah, I mean, Germany have been a phenomenal outfit this whole tournament, undefeated, the only undefeated side left in the competition. But Turkiye have had some phenomenal performances, none more so than an epic semi-final clash where they came out on top over Great Britain.
Germany getting the win over Australia in the semi-finals. Turkiye, as Jerry said, that win over Great Britain in the semis, the starting fives for the two teams. For Germany, Jakob Kromer, Soron Siebold, Alexander Kaiser, Julian Lammering and Maxi Lammering. So Germany staying with their same starting five. For Turkiye, it's the same starting five that was on the floor against Great Britain. Burak Ayran starting alongside Mehmet Payam, Hasan Ifituk, Onur Ayan Eroglu and Elde Albayrak. The starting fives for Turkiye. Our three officials assigned this contest. The hometown referee from Brazil, Gustavo Matias. From Lithuania, Linas Radkas. And for the first time, appearing in her first final, in her first competition, Kathy Hay. There she is in your picture of Australia. What a moment for Kathy Hay. Her first international tournament as a referee and assigned the final, the biggest game of this competition.
Yeah, what a fantastic honour. You know, like the players want to be in the final, the referees always find the being given the final game an honour, and Kathy has done a great job during the tournament, and recognition for what she has done.
And the man with the ball, the hometown referee here in Brazil, Gustavo Mathias. A great honour for him as well, a veteran official representing Brazil in the final. So Brazil will have some representation here in the gold medal game, which is great to see. Of course, Brazil securing 7th spot here today in Sao Paulo. So we're going to jump it up. Hasan Ifituk and Jakob Kromer will start it out. 8 days of competition. This is the final game. And Ifituk was keen to get started. Now the ball is up, and Germany get the first possession of the gold medal game here in Sao Paulo, an all-European final. Here is Maxi Lammering. Kaiser, Julian Lammering, first shot, first score of the gold medal game.
Great way to get us up and running and settle any nerves that might have been there.
Julian Lammering leading the way right now for Germany. Had 30 points in the final. In the semi-final, against Australia. Missed there from Turkiye. And here is Kaiser. Lammering. Julian Lammering finds Maxi Lammering, pulling the moves on Ayan. And the pass deflected out of bounds by Eroglu. And it will be a Germany ball. 7 on the shot clock for the Germans.
This game has the makings of a local derby, of course, a large Turkish community within Germany, and Germany will look to make sure that they come away with it, of course.
Here is Lammering, Julian Lammering, putting it up, putting it in, and it's a 4-0 start for Germany. Of course, these two teams met in pool play, but then it was a battle of the undefeated sides in Group A. Germany coming out 81-60 victors in that contest. Albayrak at the top of 3. And that grazes the rim and will go out of bounds, and it will be a possession for Germany. Elde Albayrak had a fantastic semi-final against Great Britain before being fouled out. 13.7 assists. As Lammering misses the 2 and welcomed in by Eroglu. Here come Turkiye. Ifituk. Ifituk on the floor, and play will stop. Hasan Ifituk. What a game he had in the semi-final. 23 points, 24 rebounds against Great Britain. An absolute monster performance.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in that semi-final. And Turkiye will definitely look to him to lead the way here for the men in red.
Eroglu with a long 2 for Turkiye. And at the other end, Jakob Kromer, who's been outstanding throughout these World Championships, shooting over 50% from the floor, misses under the hoop there. Uncharacteristic for him. Here is Eroglu. 10 to shoot for Turkiye. Ifituk. heavily guarded, but still finds it in.
Looks at the referee trying to ask for the foul there, but nothing given.
Over 2 Germany players. And we're tied up at 4. Lammering from the foul line gets the friendly roll. Julian Lammering right now with all 6 of Germany's points. 3 minutes played here in the final. Efituk looking to drive baseline, gives it to Albarak. Eroglu pulling the moves on Julian Lammering. Finds Efituk, great extra find, and the finish.
Partisan crowd here in the Paralympic Centre in Sao Paulo, the local Turkish community out in force.
Loads of Turkey support here or Turkiye support, excuse me, here in Sao Paulo. Here is Maxi Lammering. Finds Julian Lammering, and Julian Lammering doesn't get that to fall. And Eroglu lobs it wide, looking for Efituk, and it's welcomed in instead by Jakob Kroma. And now Kroma with just Seabolt for help, and now Julian Lammering comes. Kaiser. Maxi Lammering guarded by Payam. Kaiser in space. Doesn't get it to fall as Mehmet Payam was out of position defensively. Here is Efituk. 4 minutes played here in the final. Efituk has it. Albarak. Eroglu. Efituk again under a great amount of pressure. This time Germany get the stop, and now Maxi Lammering in transition. Eroglu for company, gets it to go, and a foul. Germany ahead, and they will go to the line for a bonus. Maxi Lammering, 14 points, 10 assists in the semi-final win against Australia. Averaging around 14 points a game in these World Championships. Takes around 13 shots a game. Only him and Julian Lammering shoot more than 10 shots on average per contest here in the World Championships. Here is Efituk. Albarak kicks it out. Efituk, 9-6 in favour of Germany. Eroglu, shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Kaiser.
Good work there by Kaiser.
And Julian Lammering to the basket, blows the layup, and Efituk the rebound. Eroglu. Eroglu, the runner, is short, and he'll get the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. And it was something he was looking for there, wasn't he? Ayhan Eroglu. Driving along the baseline, and committed was Maxi Lammering. That's his first foul of the game. And Eroglu gets the free throw. Good start to this contest. Both teams, even though they've played each other once, Jerry, they're still feeling each other out, aren't they, in this final game?
Yeah, still too early to call, obviously, but you know, for the earlier games were anything to go by. If this one repeats those games.
As Efituk, at the 3rd time of asking, that is vintage Hassan Efituk. As Shalam Korshun and Baran Oj will come in momentarily for Turkiye.
Efituk has come on nicely in this tournament. Started off slowly, but certainly the go-to man for Turkey.
Maxi Lammering, a 2 from mid-range. Germany up 11-9 here. Substitutions will come in for Turkiye as Mehmet Payam and Hassan Efituk come out, and Shalam Korshun and Baran Oj comes into the game for the first time. And Shalam Korshun off the bench yesterday against Great Britain was so dominant under the basket, and he's been doing that all World Championships long, and especially in the semi-final when he came off the bench, GB just didn't have an answer for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big, strong player is Salim Kursun, and know, to be able to bring a player like that off the bench shows you the depth that Turkiye have.
Turkiye will show no fear to the Germans here, undefeated in these World Championships. A 3 from Eroglu. In fact, that's a 2. He stepped on the line, but a long 2 for Eroglu. 12-11. Maxi Lammering. Kaiser. Kroma puts it up and knocks it down off the window. (14-11) in favour of Germany, unbeaten so far in these World Championships, looking to seal it with a gold. Eroglu. Turkiye looking to change that, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will go back to Turkiye with 9 on the shot clock, 3:34 remaining here in the first period. You see the crowd here at the Paralympico Sports Hall, the Brazilian Paralympic training facility.
And John Baron Ugus into the game. Injured himself quite badly in the quarterfinal clash against. Gosh, I forgot who they played in this quarterfinal.
About Great Britain.
Yeah.
Well, it was the semi-final against Great Britain, and USA was the quarterfinal. There you go.
And severely dislocated finger, and coming on to great effect in the semi-finals at the death yesterday to impact the final outcome.
Baranoj, who plays his basketball in Italy for Porto Torres, formerly of Besiktas. Majority of the Turkiye players do ply their trade in their home country. As the chants of Turkiye ring around Sao Paulo. And the referees there, you can see, just having a quick look on the screen. Three officials assign this contest. Gustavo Mathias of Brazil, Linas Vitkas of Lithuania, and Kathy Hay of Australia. And referees just having a look at the monitor, unsure what really they're looking at the moment. Obviously, we can't tell. We're, backs are turned to the camera or the TV screen. And the shot is 3 points. So Turkiye, I think, on that possession.
Possession was a few plays prior to that.
Yeah. The scoreboard still hasn't changed either, as Albarak puts in a mid-range.
Still not quite sure what that that call was. I'm not sure that it was a 3.
Hopefully that will be rectified in a minute, because the scoreboard hasn't changed, as Kroma misses the 2. Well, for now it's tied at 14. Let's just take it at that. Here is Eroglu inside. Oj to the basket, doesn't get it to fall. Eroglu gets the rebound, and Turkiye will reset. 9 on the shot clock. And again, Albarak feeding Eroglu, and a timeout has been called by Peter Rickerts of Germany, and now Turkiye leads 16-14 with 2:45 remaining in the first period, as the roar of Turkiye echoes around Sao Paulo. As you see there, Peter Rickerts' men undefeated thus far in these World Championships, but make no mistake, this will be their toughest test. As we like to give a special thank you to our sponsors for these IWBF Under-23 World Championships. Our official wheelchair supplier RGK, official basketball Molten, Tissot, the CBBC Brazil, our local organising committee, and the Brazilian Paralympic Committee, bringing you an incredible tournament as the final is in the latter stages of the first period. Turkiye looking for their first gold medal. They have 2 silver medals to their name, of course, back-to-back World Championship finals for them. They lost out to Japan in Thailand 4 years ago. Here is Albarak. Albarak, good cut to the basket from Oz, and Oz misses the 2. Erloglu looked for the steal on Kroma, and here comes Julian Lammering. Again, Turkiye getting in the face of the Germans. Lammering, and a foul is called before Germany could go to the basket as Kaiser was open. Foul is called on Ayan, that's his first.
You said it well there, John. Turkiye are definitely in the faces of the Germans. Germany just need to not play that game against the Turkiye and try and just regain their composure.
Well, that's a beautiful reverse layup right there on cue, Jerry, from Maxi Lammering. Game is tied now at 16, under 2 to play here in the first period. Baran Uz on the ball, and we have a player down as Burak Ayan, the Galatasaray man, on the deck.
I do believe I created a new word there, the Turkiyans. Sorry about that, the Turkish players.
As the trainer helps Burak Ayan up on the floor. Euro Cup, IWBF Euro Cup winner with Galatasaray. Won that title in Sardinia, home, of course, of Dinamo Sazari. Albarak, Erloglu, 1:43 to play. Salam Kurshon in all kinds of space. That's his favourite spot. And there's his first field goal. Kurshon so deadly from that range. We've seen it all tournament long. And he is off the mark. 3 minutes onto the court. Here is Julian Lammering, slightly off balance, gets the friendly drop, and we're tied at 18. Right now, both teams getting into a bit of rhythm. It's almost a case of whatever you can do, I can do as well.
Yeah, trading punches end to end.
Baran Oz. Albarak gets past Maxi Lammering. And we have a tanglement there between Kurshon and Ayan. Coach Orkor wasn't happy with that as Albarak had an open shot, but safety first. Minute to play in the first. We're tied at 18. Albarak. Oz sets the screen. Albarak doesn't use him. Beautiful pass, and Ayan the finish. What a pass from Elder Albarak.
And, good finishing, good composure there from Turkiye, holding a 2-point lead as we move into the final 30 seconds of this first period.
Maxi Lammering misses the 3, and it's collected by Erloglu. Here is Oz. An 8-second differential between shot and game to end the first. Oz still has it. Finds Erloglu. Erloglu puts it up, knocks it down. And Turkiye have the first bit of breathing space on the contest. Final seconds of the first. Kaiser throws it up, and it smacks the other side of the backboard, and Turkiye have the advantage here in the final after one. 56% from the field, and Oner Ayan Erloglu has 8 points on a perfect 4 of 4 shooting right now. Good performance from him, and there are the Turkiye fans. They've been in great voice all throughout this game. Right now, the Lammerings, Julian and Maxi, both have 8 points to lead Germany, who are shooting 47%, but it's a fairly even first quarter when you think about it and you break it down. Of course, Turkiye with their run late on, but still a long way to go, and there's only 4 points in it.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go, and the Germans are normally a very cool, calm, and collected outfit. They won't want to be too far down going into sort of the final stages of the game. But right now, nothing to really worry about. They just need to keep on converting on the offensive side and just try and stem the sort of passion of the Turkiye team.
As we get ready to start the second, great to have everyone on board on the IWBF YouTube channel. Thank you so very, very much for joining us for the final. Thank you so very, very much as well for joining us all throughout the week. 12 nations playing here in Brazil. It's been a wonderful tournament full of suspense, full of drama, excitement. And we are down to the final two. Great Britain have landed a spot on the podium. They have secured bronze. Turkiye and Germany will join them. But who will be in first? Who will be in second? Long way to go in this contest, but Turkiye right now in the ascendancy, up 4. But as you said, Jerry, Germany not out of this. I mean, they're unbeaten here for a reason after 7 games.
Well, all to play for in this second period. Let's see what unfolds.
Eroglu, Al-Barak. Eroglu in space. And Eroglu grazes the rim. Good rebound there from Ayan. Oz has it. 10 to shoot. Salam Korshon in unfamiliar territory, but he puts it in anyway. How about Salam Korshon off the bench? He has 4 points. Right now, Turkiye shooting 60% from the field. Maxi Lammering too strong. And Korshon the rebound. Baran Oz. Inside, Salam Korshon misses again. Well, misses his first attempt, actually, from the field. Great noise here inside the Paralympico Sports Centre as Julian Lammering puts in a 2 from 6 feet.
Yeah, Germany just need to keep that sort of play going.
Julian Lammering, the first Germany player in double figures. Eroglu. Ayan was open inside. Eroglu just dancing his way to the cup.
Germany pleading to the referees for a 3-second call there. There were a couple of players in the paint for a while.
Well, you see on the replay though, Eroglu just dancing and glancing to the basket. And Turkiye have a 6-point lead. Kaiser inside Julian Lammering, and a foul there by Baran Oz. Obviously the finger doesn't seem to be doing him any harm right now. Big smile on his face as he had a mini remonstrate there with the official. First foul on Baran Oz.
This is a great advertisement for development of wheelchair basketball. Obviously, young players coming through, and of course, John, coming up, the next big tournament for IWBF is the 3x3 World Championships in South Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, this, and we've been saying this throughout the early stages of the group phase, this is a glimpse into what we could be seeing at the next Paralympics in Los Angeles in 2028. Of course, many of these players, 67% of these players in their final tournament at this age group, and yeah, in five and a half weeks, it is the inaugural 3x3 World Championships in Sun City, South Africa, August the 1st. to August the 3rd. Don't forget to check out IWBF.org for all the information. Follow the IWBF on all social media platforms. be an incredible couple of days in South Africa as Albarak off the back iron with the 2. Ball is loose. Julian Lammering comes up with it. The ball is still loose. It's still loose again. And it goes out of bounds as the ball was ping-ponged there between the Turkey and Germany players. And a whistle has gone. And Gustavo Matthias calling for calm, just having a chat with his colleague Kathy Hay. Ball battered around there like a hot potato, not sure who was going to collect it, and it goes out of bounds, and it will go the way of Turkiye. The Germany fans now, it's their turn to make a little bit of noise as they complain about the call.
But that's a good example of teamwork from the officials. You know, sometimes in the heat of the moment, the official might get it wrong, and the experienced Gustavo Matthias just helping out Kathy Hay there.
As Uloglu just having his right-hand side wheel just replaced. Listen to the noise from the Turkiye fans, and we have a lights-out situation. Not in the final. Anything but the final. There you go.
Huge sigh of relief from
just a bit.
The crowd. I thought I was back in South Africa for a moment.
Goodness. There. Well, now we've got a bit of a situation now because we've got to get the scoreline back up and running as well as the timer. Of course, it's a national holiday here in Brazil. They've been celebrating Corpus Christi here in Brazil, and the festival's still going on. There's some activity going around downtown Sao Paulo over the weekend as well. So,
and gratefully so, it helped with the traffic situation here in Sao Paulo for us. Early bus this morning to the venue.
Oh, those daily 5 a.m. wake-up calls. Here is Eroglu. Oz under the basket, and he rattles it in under the basket. 28-21 to Turkiye. Kaiser. Maxi Lammering, Julian Lammering, beautiful give and go there from Germany, and a much needed score at their end.
Yeah, John, I agree. It's at the stage of the game now where if Germany don't take their opportunities, they could find themselves in a bit of trouble.
Albarak. Albarak sets himself, but can't get the shot to fall, and it's taken by Kaiser. Kaiser gets it back. Here is Kromer. Jakob Kromer in and out. He's been quiet so far, just 3 field goal attempts, and he gets his own rebound and puts it in. And Jakob Kromer with his second field goal.
Rips the ball away from the Turkiye defenders, and showing great commitment there to bring Germany up to 25.
Been a consistent performer throughout these entire World Championships as Kromer. 19 points a contest. And Baran Oj high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Julian Lammering. Here is Maxi Lammering, and now Germany down by 3 and feeling it. Kromer, great deflection there out of bounds by Baran Oj, anticipating where that pass was going to go. It was intended for Kaiser. And Kaiser dangerous in transition, but Baran Oj zipped out to get it out of bounds. Here is Lammering. Lammering puts it up high off the glass, and Oj rebounds. Here is Baran Oj. Eroglu, he's feeling it. And he puts it in, a 3-pointer again for Eroglu.
Great momentum here from the Turkiye team, and Germany desperately looking to find something on this offensive set.
And there you go, Julian Lammering with the answer. Eroglu now 2 of 2 from downtown in this contest. He is 6 of 7 from the field, having a fantastic game, fantastic first half for Turkiye when they need him the most. Here he is again. Kroma for company. He has a bit of room. He was thinking about it, instead goes closer to the basket. Dump off pass and the score from, thinking that was Albarak. It was Albarak. And it's a 6-point lead for Turkiye. Substitutions will come in as Burak Ergun comes in, as well as Ifatuk. There we see the replay. Great cut to the basket from Albarak over Kroma. And Albarak will take a breather with 4:47 to play in the first half. And Eroglu also taking a breather. 15 points, 6 rebounds for him. Burak Ergun, who another player who plies his trade in Istanbul for Galatasaray. And as a timeout is called on the floor. 4:47 remaining. Long way to go, and it's been a competitive game, hasn't it, Jerry? The biggest lead for either team has been 7 points so far. That came to Turkiye, but Germany, who's had the lead as well for the majority of the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, certainly not down and out.
No, absolutely, and we will expect Germany to come in from this timeout with a bit more intensity. They seem to have just gone off the boil a little bit, and they will definitely want to make sure of converting any opportunity they have on the offensive side.
Well, it's great to have you all on board the IWBF YouTube channel. Get your comments in. There's loads of supporters from Turkiye watching on wherever you are in that great nation. It's great to have you all on board, as well as the great fans of Germany. An all-European final, and we have the hallmarks of a classic on our hands. There's no doubt about it, to culminate what has been a tremendous World Championships here in Brazil. Second time, of course, that these World Championships have been held here in Brazil. And referee and Turkiye coach Mahmut Okur just having a quick chat. 4:47 to go in the half, and now officials just going over to our table. Unsure as to what is going on. So Eroglu is being told to go to the bench. Not sure if there's a bit of spot of blood on him, or... But either way, Salam Kurshon will come into the game.
John, I think it was they hadn't called for the substitution on their timeout.
Ah, okay.
And well spotted there by Kathy Hay, showing that she's wide awake in this game.
Seeing things that not many people can see, as Baran Oj in transition slows down, composes himself and puts it in. And look at the raw emotion from Baran Oj in the big game situation. And Baran Oj forces Germany's hand into a timeout. And Baran Oj, like many of the Turkiye players, will be appearing in their final under-23 World Championship, and they want a gold medal so badly. They bring the first gold medal back to Turkiye if they did.
Yeah, I mean, they had the disappointment in 2017 when they lost to GB in that final, and also had an interesting under-23 World Championships last time out. So yeah, as you said, these players will definitely want to take a gold medal back to Turkiye. But in the same breath, Germany equally as eager to do the same.
Well, these two teams have one of the, believe it or not, oldest rosters here in these World Championships, an average age of 20 for Turkiye, and for Germany, just under 20 years of age. So two extremely experienced teams, and of course there's also senior experience on the floor as well, particularly that man on the ball. And Julian Lammering now has it. Maxi Lammering fires, that's off the back iron, and it's claimed by Kaiser. 4:10 to go. As the shot is up, no good from Lammering. Germany right now shooting 43% from the field. Here is Baran Oz. Eroglu. 8 to shoot. Eroglu passes it, it's deflected out of bounds by Kaiser. It will stay with Turkiye with 4 on the shot clock.
Germany coming into this game with a 51% field goal percentage, so just off the mark currently.
Eroglu fires and puts in another one. 3 3-pointers for Eroglu. 3 of 3 from downtown on the biggest stage. Lammering. And he can't respond, but he'll get his own rebound. Julian Lammering. Kaiser, all kinds of space, short, rebounded by Baran Oz. Biggest lead of the game for Turkiye, first double-digit lead of the contest. Here is Eroglu, the man of the moment. Heavily guarded, though, by Maxi Lammering. Great pass to Kershaw. Kershaw off the glass, does a victory lap but rolls out. Ball is out of bounds, it will remain with Turkiye. $15 for Onur Ayhan Eroglu. What a first half he's had. Efituk, great pass inside, but well, Payam collected it. 3-second violation is the call, as Burak Ergun couldn't hold on to the pass. Here is Lammering. Julian Lammering gets it back. 2:30 to play in the half. And Julian Lammering can't get the 2 to drop. The ball is loose. Ergun has it. It's a race now, 2-on-1. Ergun with the win and the score. And Turkiye rampant right now in the gold medal game. 2:10 remaining in the half.
Turkiye with all the momentum at the moment. Germany with no answer.
And the score, a much needed score for Maxi Lammering. We're not dealers in superstition here, Jerry, don't worry.
The proverbial commentator's curse.
Here is Eroglu, 1:40 remaining. Turkiye at the summit. Can they stay there and scoop gold in South America? Efituk, in and out. And Chroma collects. Only Turkiye's second miss from downtown in this contest, as Julian Lammering was going for the shot and it was swatted away by Eroglu.
Turkiye players play with such passion. They celebrate every opportunity when they convert points and affect the steals.
Maxi Lammering in all kinds of space and he buries a 2. And it's a single-digit game now with 1:05 to play in the half. Eroglu. Erloglu with the runner. I think he was looking for the foul there, but referee's not interested. Here is Lammering, here is Maxi Lammering. It's getting very chippy out there, isn't it? An offensive foul is called.
Timeout is going to be called by the Germans, and I was about to say, John, the German players don't look like they're panicking. They're still very much in the game, and many a side would start panicking, and but the Germans are keeping their composure.
Absolutely. There you see the Turkiye fans, even the youngsters, the younger generation having fun here. But like you said, and there you see Peter Rickerts in the picture, not panicking, these German players. They are cool, calm and collected, and many of them have been at this stage before. Of course, 2 players have senior men experience as well. They will not be fazed by the occasion. Of course, Germany, a very proud basketball nation, both at wheelchair level and of course at able-bodied level. Of course, Germany in the running game, the current world champions. But the under-23 wheelchair basketball team aiming to become under-23 world champions here in Brazil. They've got a 9-point deficit to overcome first, though, as we enter the final 45 seconds of the half. Here is Baran Oj. Erloglu still has it. Erloglu, what a pass by Erloglu! And the finish from Payam! Erloglu is doing it at both ends right now. And Oj with the steal. Erloglu in support, but a whistle has gone. What a sequence of play from Turkiye there.
Absolute hustle from the Turkiye team, and despite the Germans' effort, Turkiye really scrambling for everything at the moment.
Well, Germany beat Turkiye 81-60 in group play. This is far more different to what we saw in the group stages. Erloglu, Ifituk goes up, puts it in off the window. Everything falling Turkiye's way. It's half time, and Turkiye are up by 13. And Ona Ayhan Erloglu, unstoppable right now with 18 points to lead the way for Turkiye, who are shooting 53% from the field. Conversely, Julian Lammering with 15 for Germany, but they have it all to do, and you could argue for the first time in this tournament, now it's Germany with their backs up against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, 13 points deficit to claw back in the second half, and the way that Turkiye are playing now, it's going to be a very difficult contest for the Germans. And as you said, John, back right up against the wall at the moment.
But there's still a long way to go here in the gold medal game. But right now, Turkiye in the ascendancy. It is half time, and Turkiye lead 44-31. We'll be back in roughly 12 minutes' time. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Paralympico Sports Complex here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as we get set to start the third quarter here in the gold medal game. And right now, Turkiye in the ascendancy, leading 44-31 over Germany. Hello everyone, John Hobbs, Jerry Smith on hand to guide you through the action here in the second half. And Germany in unfamiliar territory going into this second half. They're trailing by double digits. They've not trailed by double digits in these entire World Championships thus far. And Turkiye, it's almost carbon copy of what they did against Great Britain. They got right in Germany's face in the first half. They made their shots, particularly from downtown. Eroglu, flawless from downtown, 3 of 3 and 3 of 5 overall as a team. And that's one of the many standouts, isn't it, Jerry, in this first half? What else has stood out for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, John, this is going to be a real test of the German character. You know, they, as you said, found themselves trailing by 13, so haven't had that experience. I said earlier on that I felt the Germans still looked quite composed. They still look quite composed, but problem is the score, if they're not careful in this opening stanza of the third, could find themselves trailing by as much as 15-20. So they really need to just start finishing better, I think, and somehow quell the passion and the energy of the Turkiye side.
And one thing that we got to just pick up on as we start the third quarter momentarily, and this is a beautiful sight to see, is you've got not just these two teams on the court, but you've got the entire Japan team, the entire Italy team, Israel, Brazil, all here. South Africa are around as well, but all the Australia fans have stuck around. Some of the Great Britain fans has also stuck around for this one. All 12 nations, or most of the 12 nations, are here watching this and showing their gratitude, showing sportsmanship. They want to see a winner just as much as we do, the neutrals, here in the venue.
Yeah, John, and we've been walking around the Paralympico Centre here, and you see the players mingling with each other and that, and I think those teams that aren't on court now, they've got favourites here that they want to see win this tournament. And
of course, not to say this in front of you being South African, but the South African players have certainly made friends for life in the hard-working volunteers that have made this tournament so special, as Kroma gets the first score up and running here in the second half and in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the South Africans have had a fantastic tournament, their best finish since 2013, effectively.
Yeah, 2 wins, both over Thailand, as they secured 11th spot as the players stopped. And we have a Turkiye player on the floor, Kaiser, along with the trainer for Turkiye, helping it's Burak Ergon up off the floor. And Turkiye will reset their possession here in the third period.
John, just to give a final sort of mention about South Africa hosting the 3x3.
Yep.
Lots of excitement on the African continent about the 3x3 coming to South Africa, and what's going to be very interesting is we've got some countries there that aren't even involved in this tournament, so exciting times ahead. But for now, Turkiye up against Germany is our focus.
Yeah, Baran Oj from 6 feet over Kroma. Good defense there from Jakob Kroma. And Germany will get the ball, and also as well good defense along the perimeter from Soron Siebold, the player that does all the intangibles of this Germany team. You don't see him score in big numbers, he just does all the hard work that you don't see pop up on the stat sheet. Here is Maxi Lammering, Julian Lammering, fading away over Eroglu.
And that's exactly what the Germans need right now, just to start chipping away at that Turkiye lead.
Of course, Turkiye, 2-time silver medalist in 2017 and 2022. They lost to Great Britain and then lost to Japan. Great Britain, of course, had stars like Greg Warburton, Jim Palmer, Ben Fox on that roster, and now regulars for the Great Britain senior men's national team. Here is Lammering. Here is Kromer. Kromer puts it up and doesn't get that to fall. And Jakob Kromer having an unusually quiet game for him so far. Leads the team in scoring in these World Championships. Puts up around 19 points a game. Actually joint top scorer with Julian Lammering. But a really tenacious competitor, great scorer under the hoop, but really struggling here in the gold medal game thus far. Just 6 points for Kromer. It is Albarak, who has really come to life in the latter stages of this tournament. Here he is on the ball. 13 to shoot, long way yet for Turkiye. Now the shot clock in single figures, and Albarak lets fly. And Kromer the rebound, just his 4th board of this game. Kaiser. Julian Lammering, Eroglu for company. And the ball deflected by Oj and collected by Kurshon.
You wouldn't say that Oz is playing with a dislocated finger, and really influential figure for Turkiye in this game and the whole tournament for that matter.
Oh yeah, he's been absolutely outstanding, hasn't he, Baran Oj, throughout this tournament. Like you said, playing with a dislocated finger, tougher than a $2 steak is Baran Oj. Averaging around 14 points a contest. Here is Kurshon. Kurshon off balance, doesn't get it to fall. There on the follow though was Baran Oj. And it's an 11-point lead as the double-digit advantage for Turkiye drops down, then comes back up. And Germany right now, they're putting, they're having the scoreboard ticking over, but Turkiye just have an answer to everything Germany have right now. As we see, as the game progresses, risks being taken by both sides, in particular Germany. As Baran Oj with the foul off the ball. And that'll be foul number 2 for him. Maxi Lammering on the ball. Spins back out. Gives it up to Julian Lammering on the catch and shoot.
Cool as you like there from Lammering. And Germany edge themselves up towards the 40-point mark. 19
now for Julian Lammering. Shooting 8 of 17 from the floor. Eroglu dancing his way to the cup and gets it to go. Too quick for Soran Siebold.
It's another player for Turkiye that has grown in confidence as the tournament has progressed.
Maxi Lammering. And he doesn't get the shot to go for Germany. Germany shooting under 45% from the field. 42.5% if you really have to be precise. And that pass is a 3-second violation on Eroglu. And it was a risky pass there from Baran Oj. And Eroglu really had to be at full stretch to get it, but he camped out in the lane for too long.
Six minutes to play in this third. Time starting to run down here.
Here is Julian Lammering under the hoop. And again, Germany get it to within single figures. It's the 3rd time they've got it to within single figures in this 3rd quarter, but Turkiye always have a response. Great to see all the Germany and Turkiye flags waving on the IWBF YouTube channel. Keep your comments coming in as Albarak drives the basket. That's a tough reverse.
As you said, John, whatever Germany are doing on one side of the court, Turkiye are coming straight back. So
Only Albarak's third field goal of this contest, 6 points for him. Maxi Lammering, here is Kaiser. Julian Lammering fading away off the back iron, and it's a race between Eroglu and Lammering, and the ball's still in play, and Turkiye come up with it, and now Oz looking for Kurşun. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a Germany ball. Maybe a little bit of worry there from that Turkiye fan on the screen. They are still ahead by double figures. Still a long way to go in this contest. Turkiye's biggest lead of the contest was 13. Julian Lammering fading away in and out and rebounded by Şalam Kurşun. Only his second rebound. Eroglu. 4:20 remaining in the third. Eroglu finds a bit of room inside. Here is Albarak, shot clock at 5. Baran Oj, again the dump off pass and the finish wanting there from Burak Ayan.
Relief from the German fans here in the stands. That one didn't drop, an opportunity for Germany to hit back.
The ball is batted around, it's collected by Kromer. Lammering, Julian Lammering now on the catch and shoot, and that's short, and it's rebounded by Eroglu. That's rebound number 7 for him to go with 20 points and 8 assists. Flirting with a triple-double in the final. Baran Oj. Oj puts it up. Oj is off the back iron, and it's collected by Kaiser. And here is Soron Siebold. Germany need scores here to make this a bit more competitive. Soron Siebold, here is Julian Lammering. Shot clock at 6. Great defense from Turkiye, and the shot is good from Maxi Lammering as the mid-range works out as Turkiye had crowded the paint.
Yeah, great composure again there from the Germans. They must have ice running through their veins.
Eroglu lines one up, and a heat check there. That's his first miss from downtown after making his first 3. Can Germany capitalise and shrink the deficit down further? Kromer, no. Rebounded Kurşun. Here is Eroglu. Eroglu lobs it wide. Albarak just gets it. Ball is loose and it's picked up. And great sportsmanship there from Alexander Kaiser, allowing Turkiye to get that player up so play can reset. That's beautiful sportsmanship because Kaiser had an open lane to the basket.
Yeah, because there was definitely no whistle there from the referee.
Kromer inside. Kromer the finish. 7-point game.
Just slowly coming back into the game are the Germans. Not once showing any sign of panic as the game has progressed.
Well, will that work in their favour? Because right now Turkiye are just as calm and just as composed. Albarak, as Eroglu goes to the basket, good cut from him, foul called, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. As
I think they'll have the...
I think that's on Julian Lammering. That's his second foul. As the first is good for Eroglu, who is flirting at the moment with a triple-double here in the final. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Without question, the performance of the tournament for the Turkiye number 8.
Yeah, what a game to do it in, John. And for Turkiye, it's a phenomenal...
And the lights have gone out again. And the whistle has gone and the lights come back on again. I think we've lost power. Are we on? We're on.
Maybe that's what the Germans were looking for, just a bit of time to settle their nerves a bit.
Well, we had something similar to this, the repechage last year in Antibes, as our good friend Ayaka, the wheelchair basketball expert, alluded to in the comments section of YouTube. We did have a fire alarm breakout, and the arena had to be evacuated during one game. That was coming towards the end of the game. I think the Netherlands were in action and they were well ahead anyway. But a double blackout, rolling blackout here in Sao Paulo. We have perfect light. Oh, it's gone out again.
I think Brazil Power has Brazil Power having a big office party at the moment, and they're not too worried about what's going on in the Sao Paulo Paralympic Center.
Well, we did have issues yesterday, didn't we? It was a national holiday in Brazil, Corpus Christi, and even though we did have internet and Wi-Fi and power to get these live streams off and running, it was a bit of a tense morning, wasn't it? But the volunteers worked so hard alongside the hard-working crew at IWBF, and we were able to get the games on the YouTube feed. As we have now the right scoreline, 52-43. Here is Julian Lammering, who puts in a 2 from the foul line. .105 to play in the third. Erloglu. Erloglu still has the ball, 10 to shoot for Turkiye. Risky pass, but it finds Oz, who can't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Kroma. Rebound number 7 for Jakob Kroma, but Baran Oz with the steal. Final 30 seconds. Erloglu. Albarak. Oz sweeps it wide to Erloglu. Great pass from Erloglu, wide open, Albarak. Final seconds of the third period. Here is Lammering, Kaiser, Kroma cutting to the hoop, gets it to go. What a pass indeed. And that's a great way to end the third period. And it is all to play for here. Turkiye lead by 7, 54-47 at the end of the third period. But a long way to go, and Germany not out of this right now. Julian Lammering with 23 points leading the way for Germany. Maxi Lammering with 14 points and 11 assists. A double-double for him.
John, what a fantastic day of wheelchair basketball coming out of Sao Paulo. Every team taking to the court has provided a perfect advert for the wheelchair basketball game at junior level.
It's been that way all week long, hasn't it? We've had 8 days of absolutely incredible competition, and these two teams capping it off with a fantastic competitive encounter. Turkiye led by Ona Ayhan Erloglu. He has 22, and now we have another power outage. And
I think, John, just to give a shout out to IWBF for how the game is developing. How the organisation is presenting the sport to the audiences around the world, and a great job, as we said, by the local organising committee and the production of the social media stuff. And it's a very important aspect that helps grow the game.
No, absolutely. It's certainly a sport on the rise, Wheelchair basketball, of course, at the Paris 2024 Paralympics, one of the most, if not the most popular ticketed sport in the Paralympic disciplines. And these under-23 World Championships have been incredibly received, not just in Brazil, but all over the world. Nearly 1,400 people watching on. Of course, there was a lot of people, nearly 1,100 in total, watching Brazil's first game against Canada, both on the IWBF feed and the CBBC Brazil feed. It's been a fantastically organised World Championships by CBBC Brazil and, of course, the incredible team at IWBF. As we start the fourth period, as Ifituk misses the two. A risky pass, and Oj deflects it out of bounds. Germany will keep the ball. Right now for Turkiye, Ona Ayhan Eroglu with 22 points, 9 assists. His first name means pride and honour in Turkish, and it would be the ultimate honour for him if he won the gold here in Brazil. But Germany have something to say about that for now. Here is Seabolt. Maxi Lammering has the ball. He'll put it up and he'll knock it down. Gap is 5. Slowly but surely, Germany creeping back into this. Ifituk inside. Ifituk doesn't get it to go. Oj the rebound, off balance and rattles it home. And again, Jerry, every time Germany have a positive spell, Turkiye respond.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal to see what's going on court here. I was about to commend the Germans for just keeping their composure, getting on with the job, and once again, let's see what the response is from Turkiye.
Absolutely, as Maxi Lammering banks in a mid-range, and it's back to a 5-point game. Turkiye's biggest lead of the game has been 15, and since the second quarter, this is the closest that Germany have come to Turkiye. Again, another score for Turkiye, another score for Eroglu, 24. He averaged 15 points in Madrid last summer, and he's putting on a show here in the final as Kromer gets it to go. Both teams now shooting near to 50% from the field. Everything you want in elite wheelchair basketball competition. It doesn't matter what the age group is. It's been a fantastic spectacle here. Eroglu has to put it up and does. It grims the rim and Kromer comes up with it. Lobbed past. Julian Lammering did well to collect it, and Baran Oj keeps it in. No, he doesn't. It's going to be a Germany ball. Almost fought for a minute there. He kept it in. That would have been an incredible save.
Still playing with a lot of intensity, and Germany though will look to try and narrow the gap again. And as you said, John, an advert for how the game should be played, and for teams watching around the world, take note of what you're seeing on court right now.
Ifituk with the block on Lammering. Baran Oj has 8.6 rebounds right now, and for someone not at 100%, he's performing incredibly right now. As Kromer deflected by Ifituk, and here comes Eroglu, Payam for company. Here comes Ergun, and inside, and the finish, Eroglu. He's having the game of his life right now.
The game of his tournament, the game of his life, probably, as you said, John.
Lammering, Maxi Lammering strings a two.
I think I'm going to put my microphone down, John.
You see the replay, Julian Lammering wide open, Maxi Lammering in rhythm, splashes a two. And here comes Erloglu for Turkiye.
They talk about muscle memory, and that was all about muscle memory there for the Germans.
The whistle has gone. Erloglu, I think, was he out of bounds? No, it's a foul call, excuse me. Foul called on Kaiser. And that's Alexander Kaiser's first foul. Erloglu. If it took. Oz wide open inside, can't get it to go. Mehmet Payam wide open. Maxi Lammering. Can Germany cut it to at least 3? And Lammering puts in another one. And the gap is 3. Coach Shakur calls timeout. Germany now with the momentum.
Speechless, John. Absolutely phenomenal final that we are witnessing here. And Germany, as you said, with the momentum right now. Turkiye coach calling the timeout to try and just get his players to follow his instructions.
Julian Lammering right now with 25 points. You can chuck in 4 rebounds, 4 assists for good measure. 3 players in double figures. Jakob Kromer with 12 points. He's not had the busiest of games. He's been fairly quiet, but in the second half, in a business-like performance, getting it done for Germany, who have trailed by as many as 13. Now it's to within 3. And this is a wide open final here in front of our very eyes in Sao Paulo. As you see the Italian players to your left, there's a couple of South African players to your right, tuning and watching in for the final, showing incredible sportsmanship as all 12 nations competing in these World Championships. As the Great Britain players behind the Germany basket, as well as Italy. They're all wanting to catch this, and it's great to have you all on board the IWBF YouTube channel. What a way to end this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think we spoke about it last night after the exciting semi-finals, and we thought, wonder what today was going to bring us. And, you know, we can't even talk about this final. The 3 games before that were incredible. So to have 4 games in a row like that on the final day, wow.
Turkiye get us back underway. Leading by 3, but only just right now. As I said, they've had a double-digit lead for a while in this one. But Germany coming back. Germany get the steal. Here comes Lammering. Full head of speed. It's 2-on-1. Lammering doesn't need Kaiser. It's a 1-point game.
Absolutely great hustle shown there by the Germans to steal the ball back from Turkiye. And now the momentum has been with Germany for a while now. Turkiye will need to make it happen here.
27 for Lammering. Payam surrounded by 3 German jerseys. And Lammering comes up with it. And now Germany a chance to come back from 13 down. If it took, commits the foul. And that's only Turkiye's first team foul of this 4th quarter. And that's a vital statistic as this game really progresses. Only 1 team foul each right now. So both teams not in any foul trouble to speak of. As Ayan comes into the game alongside Albarak and Kurshon.
Good situation for both teams. They've got fouls to give towards the end of the game. I'm sure they will be used.
And one thing we've got to take into account as the ball goes out of bounds and Germany have the ball. One thing we've got to take into account as well, Peter Rickert has not made a substitution in this game. The starting 5 have actually stayed in this contest for its entirety.
Just shows the level of fitness for the Germans, and
Here is Lammering, doesn't get it to go, and Burak Ayan with the rebound. Here is Albarak. Eroglu now full head of steam. Lobs it to Koshon, can't hang on, but it's helped by Albarak. Albarak still has it, 5 to shoot for Turkiye. He's got to put something up, as does Eroglu, the runner. No, off to the left, rebounded by Julian Lammering. 5 boards for Julian Lammering. In the biggest game since the Paralympic opener for him. Here is Maxi Lammering. It's Julian Lammering again, and Germany have the lead. 4:12 remaining.
German support in the stands here, absolutely delirious at the moment.
Albarak. Eroglu. 61-60. Under 4 to play. Lammering strips it off Eroglu, who returns it. 6 to shoot. Oz did well to collect and put it in.
What a finish.
High degree of difficulty, Baran Oz. And Turkiye have reclaimed the lead again. Julian Lammering thought about it, does put it up. High arcing shot, no. Oz with the rebound. 8 points, 7 rebounds for Baran Oz. Oz still has it, shot clock in single figures. Oz puts it up, doesn't go, and Kroma rips the rebound.
Moving towards the final 3 minutes of this game. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Oh, this is incredible stuff. Kroma. Seabolt looks for the screen. Kroma doesn't need it, lobs it wide. It's welcomed by Lammering. Shot clock at 5. Julian Lammering, a foul is gone. And it will go to Germany as the foul called on Burak Ayan. And that's his second foul of the contest. That happened before the shot. And Turkiye only their second team foul of this fourth quarter. Maxi Lammering puts it up, knocks it down, and now Germany in the ascendancy.
2:30 to play in the game. Nothing in it between these two European nations.
Albarak fires, doesn't hit. Kroma the rebound, and now Germany with a chance to get some breathing space with 2:17 to play.
Turkiye panicking on that last offensive play.
But they get the steal though, as Şerlan Koşan has it. Albarak. We are coming up to 2 minutes to play. 1 point in it. Great pass inside. Baran Oz does the rest. Turkiye now lead. Incredible stuff. Lammering nearly stolen by Albarak, and a whistle has gone. These two teams putting everything on the line, their heart, their soul, their passion, with 1:42 to play. Maxi Lammering, Julian Lammering puts it in, and Germany have the lead again with 1:37 to play. Everyone's eyes is on this.
Both commentators up on their feet.
I hope you're enjoying this at home, whether you're in Turkey, Germany, or anywhere else across the world. Eroglu loses it. It stays with Turkiye with 5 on the shot clock, 1:17 to play. Well, we've not had overtime in these World Championships. Just saying.
I'm sure neither side will want to go to overtime.
They'll want this done in regulation, no doubt. Eroglu, no good. It's rebounded by Lammering, nearly stolen by Eroglu, and a whistle has gone.
Those extra fouls to give are coming into play now.
Well, absolutely. Turkiye with one foul to give,
Referee's
with 1:08
just,
to play.
Referee's just confirming whether they're going to upgrade that to an unsportsmanlike. That's what I'm assuming.
Well, they won't give it an unsportsmanlike. Australian referee there, Kathy Hay, in her first World Championship, her first final, alongside Gustavo Mathias of Brazil. Linas Ritkas, they will look at the monitor actually. Linas Ritkas of Lithuania, our commissioner for this game. Ricardo de Souza of Brazil. Breathless.
You know, John,
it's been incredible, hasn't it?
Just as much as the players have to be focused here, referees have to do so.
Unsportsmanlike foul has now been called.
So good use of the video review there by Peter Rickards, asking for the review, and Germany now with the opportunity to just grab a little bit of breathing space.
And not only that, they'll get the possession as well.
Big shots here.
Strings the free throw. 2-point game, he'll have another shot. Germany will get possession back with a fresh 14. 1:08 to play.
We talk about big match temperament. That's a fine example.
Everyone is on the edge of their seat. The football players next door are even looking on through the window. It's incredible stuff. Efituk back in. Salam Koyan comes out. And a whistle again has gone. And again, this is not the first time Turkiye have done this. They're putting substitutions in without the referee saying, and are just allowing players to come on. Peter Rickards is saying that should be a technical foul.
I was just about to say, John, you know, Turkiye...
They're dicing here a little bit, aren't they?
And this what happens. The frustration comes out, you give away the technical, but you're still in the game. So rather just compose yourselves.
Chance of Germany, and it is a technical foul on the bench of Turkiye. A big call, and Turkiye really only have themselves to blame for that one.
If they go on to lose this by one, you can look at that situation there as a game changer.
A bench technical for Turkiye. Not only that, I mean, their assistant coaches were rushing onto the bench as well, as Germany will get the ball as Burak Ergun comes into the game and Burak Ayan comes out. This is incredible stuff, isn't it? It just, everything you want in a final and more. Lammering, Maxi Lammering, 1:05 to play. Maxi Lammering.
Germany will manage the clock, they do.
And the shot is no good. It's welcomed in by Kromer. Kromer will go to the line for two. And like you said, Jerry, throughout this contest, never panicking, cool, calm and collected Germany. And this is what happens.
Yeah, John, I mean, as I said, they were 13 points down, and I'm thinking to myself, Germany do not look like they're going to lose this game. And look, they still haven't got it over the line, but it's looking that way right now.
Yeah. Free throw missed though from Kromer. They'll get another shot at it and hit the second. 55.6 to go. And now it's the time for Germany to roar as one. They can feel it, they can sense it. But Turkiye not out of this. We've seen it throughout these tournaments, and especially in the quarter-final stage. We saw it with Australia, Italy. It doesn't take much for a game to turn on its head.
It doesn't, John. But just looking at the German team bench, no panic.
Yeah.
You know, they've got this game in their bag. Turkiye looking a little bit deflated. They shouldn't give up. Never know.
Well, there's still 55.6 to play. A lot of time for Turkiye to get some baskets, get some stops.
Still, they are having conversations with the referee. It's they just need to focus on getting the points on the board and not worry about the referee.
They really must stop that. They must focus on the task at hand.
Whereas the Germans have been super composed. Let's see how Turkiye approach this play. The last few possessions, they've rushed the offensive play. Let's see what they're made of.
Eroglu. And it's time for Turkiye to roll the dice now. And they need some sixes. In this case, some threes. Or a two inside. A quick bucket for Atatürk. 3-point game. 44.6 to play.
Big moment in the game, John.
Lammering. Julian Lammering, it's 2-on-2. He's got Chroma for support. He decides to run a bit of the clock out. Wise, beyond his years. Maxi Lammering. Kaiser. Julian Lammering, 5 to shoot. Dagger! An absolute dagger from Lammering.
Calling out to any air conditioning company in Germany, sponsor this team. They are cool as you like.
Colder than a grandmother's kiss. 71-66, 24.5 to play. And Germany, who trailed by as many as 13 when Turkey were at their absolute best. But Germany have remained calm, cool and composed throughout, and are now 24 seconds away from glory. And of course, you've got to remember, last year they lost out in the European Championships to Great Britain. They wanted to make a claim, they wanted to make their statement. It started against Australia in the opening day, and right now, they might end it with a win here.
John, and I think special mention to Coach Peter Ricketts. He's been with the youth setup in Germany for a long time, and slowly building, and now looks like he might get a team over the line here. We're not over yet.
Germany with 1 gold medal to their name in this age group. That was back in 2013. And they're 20 seconds away from glory. Eroglu, and right now risks are going to be taken. Eroglu is fouled. 3 shots. We were talking about how cool, calm and composed Germany are, and Eroglu is going to the line for 3.
Yeah, John, unnecessary foul there from the Germans. I mean, they could have let that shot up. Even if it had landed, they still would have had the opportunity to shut up shop.
Eroglu now on 27, and there's a little bit of a roar from the Turkiye fans to our right. And Coach Akor again, as Eroglu misses the second. Coach Akor is right over in the face of the scorers table. Can't let the emotions get the best of him. And now Coach Ricketts is saying, why aren't you calling a technical? It's all happening as Atatürk under the basket, doesn't get it to fall. The ball is loose. Payam has it. Here is Eroglu. They've got to put something up.
Too late.
It'll be too late. Atatürk misses. Another foul is called. It's an offensive foul.
What do we say, John?
Time out, Coach Ricketts.
And that will
phenomenal. 66.
I mean,
you've got to give it up though for these Turkiye fans. They have been amazing all game long. These players have done their country proud. It's been an incredible run to this final.
Yeah, win or lose, the
Turkiye
team have played with passion, played with heart, as you said, and the support that the local Turkish community here in Sao Paulo for their team, absolutely incredible, and it's added to the atmosphere here at the Sao Paulo Paralympic Center.
Germany celebrating in the stands, the players remaining professional for now, but there are a few hugs happening. 5.4 Germany ball, and Coach Akor now having a chat with referee Kathy Hay.
Kathy Hay not interested in what he has to say.
5.4 to go. Germany have the ball. Germany unblemished, untouched, undefeated. They are your under-23 world champions. A second gold medal for Germany.
German coach Peter Ricketts absolutely elated. The whole German team bench there. Peter Ricketts in picture there. And well done to Peter Ricketts. He's stuck at it for many years and now is rewarded with a goal.
And with this group of players, Germany and Peter Ricketts have achieved absolute perfection here in South America. But while the Germans celebrate, commiserations, but also congratulations to Turkiye. Okay, it's another silver medal, a third straight one for them. However, what an incredible run to the final in incredible adversity, and those players have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, John, I mean, they weren't expected to get past Great Britain yesterday. They came out with the game of their life. They came out today in this final, played with passion, played with heart, and nearly pulled it off. But, roll off the court with your head held up high. You've played a fantastic game and just fallen short to the unbeaten team of this tournament.
But this is Germany's time. That man right there, Julian Lammering, 36 points on the biggest stage of them all. Absolutely heroic. Maxi Lammering with 22 points, 14 assists. Jakob Kromer also a double-double, 13 points and 12 boards. Ona Ayan Eroglu had 26 points, 10 assists to lead Turkiye. As they applaud their fans, they applaud the great city of Sao Paulo as Germany do the same, embracing each other in a victorious celebration. Germany was silver medalists this time last year, well, a few months after, but last summer in Madrid at the expense of Great Britain. But now, 1 year on, they are world champions and thoroughly deserved. Unbeaten, unblemished, untouched throughout.
They join their running basketball national heroes as national heroes here in Sao Paulo, and they'll go back home to, I would imagine, quite a big heroes welcome, and a big party is expected later on this evening at that final dinner for the Germans.
Well, it's been an incredible end to an incredible tournament, and what a brilliant final day of action we have had. Germany secure gold, Turkiye go for silver, Great Britain receive bronze, and even Gustavo Matthias, the official, even his young boy enjoying.
And John, again,
yeah,
have to give a shout out to
absolutely,
the officials, all three of them. You know, often you see their faces on the screen and that, but they got on with the job. It was a tough encounter, and all three of them doing a great job. Kathy Hay, a special shout out because
absolutely.
It was her first, and she was put under a lot of pressure from the Turkiye coach there, but handled that extremely well.
We have referees from Europe, Oceania, of course, Kathy Hay from Australia, Asia, and the Americas. A couple in South America, one or two from North America. All have done an incredible job. It's been an incredible tournament, it really has. And what a way to end.
Standout moments for you, John, in this tournament?
Well, I mean, there were so many. Turkiye fans still celebrate. Why not? I mean, they deserve it. They have, it's nothing to be ashamed of getting a silver medal. They have performed incredibly well.
They could have given us a heads up on that one. My heart just about jumped out of my chest. But they are disappointed right now. But honestly, what a fantastic tournament Turkiye have had, and maybe in where we now 2029 might be their turn. Fourth time lucky. I mean, that just shows you what a strong program Turkiye have.
Of course, many of the players that competing in these World Championships, this will be their final World Championships at under 23 level. So many will then go on to the senior level. This could be a possible glimpse into what we could see in the Paralympics in Los Angeles. Also as well, the World Championships next year in Canada, of course, taking place in Ottawa. So much incredible IWBF action, still in the future, in the pipeline. Of course, August 1st will be the inaugural 3x3 World Championship in Sun City, South Africa. So many great tournaments to look forward to in the summer. And the only way is up for wheelchair basketball. This is an incredible sport. It's been well attended here throughout the 8 days, and nearly 1,700 people watching on the live stream for this final alone just tells you everything you need to know.
And the Germans will go to the backstop and will look to pick up the traditional net, no doubt. Whether or not they get lifted up there or they bring the net down to them, but John, I mean, as we've said, the way that wheelchair basketball is growing and growing, not so long ago, the U23s, the level wasn't that great, but the standards have just gotten better and better and better. The top teams are getting stronger. The weaker teams are starting to develop their programs, and hopefully in the near future, we'll have even more teams taking part. And from the zonal perspectives, looking at a zone like Africa, this year they had the most ever number of teams that they've had taking part in the qualifiers. So lots of positives, and I think I've run out of words to say.
As the German players just waiting for some equipment to use so they can cut down the net here to celebrate victory here in Brazil. Germany become just the third nation in these under-23 World Championships to win the gold medal. They join the USA and Canada with 2 gold medals. The USA, the most successful gold medal team in medal competition. They have 4 medals overall. Australia, the most successful medal team overall in these World Championships. They have 5 bronze, and for Turkiye, it'll be a 3rd silver for them.
And John, just on a more somber note, just in memory of Norbert Kucera, the late Secretary General of IWBF. He would be looking down and seeing his home nation winning this tournament, and he would be extremely proud with what he would be seeing here.
Absolutely. Well, of course, Norbert Kucera, the driving force behind organising these under-23 World Championships, bringing it to South America. And Norbert Kuchera, always in our thoughts. Of course, he passed away in February, but he will be so proud of this young German squad who, in a minute, will collect the trophy and their gold medals. And what we will do, we will take a mini break for now. We'll keep it going for now, but we'll be back in a few minutes' time for the presentation.